We're in St. George today, Dawn. You ready to go thrifting?
Oh, yes.
We're at the DI. This is the only real decent thrift store in St. George. We're going to try to find some stuff. They're cheap. That's a good plus, so we'll see what we can find. Let's go. Hey, they brought out a fresh cart of clothing. This could be good. I'm hoping. For some weird reason today, and I'm not sure what it is, I'm in the mood to look through clothing, which is not something I'm normally super interested in doing. For some reason, this Hawaiian style shirt caught my eye, and I look closer and it's Rin Spooner, which I've bought before. I like the brand. It's a good brand, only $6. I think I can get about 15, maybe up to like 25 on this plus shipping. One thing about St. George in southern Utah is there's a lot of trails, a lot of running, a lot of hiking. So they have a good shoe selection, and the DI, Desert Industry, is very known for affordable stuff in general. That's $8. That one I looked up, not too much upside, but I'm looking for New Balance. I'm looking for Brooks and stuff like that. Keen is a great brand, but I didn't want to pay $15. You're going to see here on the heel that it's $15. If that was like $8 or less, I probably would have taken a chance and cleaned it off. But really, there's a lot of good running and walking shoes, the kind of stuff that you want to look for. Also, though, a lot of stuff that's dirty because there's a lot of red rocks and hiking stuff around here. So you're going to have to clean these to get the profit out of them. I thought this was a nice pair. Looked it up and didn't seem to be going for a ton more than what they were asking, so I had to pass. This is a minor league baseball bank giveaway, I think, a stadium giveaway. Fungo, that's a pretty good name. Weird, creepy creature. I was definitely going to get it, but it's missing the bottom of the bank. I put it in my cart, but I initially decided to get it, but then I changed my mind, put it back. I didn't want to deal with it. It's kind of obscure, and it didn't have the plug. Dawn is over in the kind of like office and paperware section. She's looking for more. I imagine she's looking for more of those Betsy Clark cards that we sold for a bunch of money. She has a Wii game, too. Not bad. Here's another item I definitely would have bought if it was in complete condition. $2 for a Perry the Platypus Bank, but it doesn't have the plug. There's probably a good argument to get this anyway. I ultimately decided against it because I just didn't want it to sit in a pile forever. It doesn't have the plug, so it was going to sit forever. Duke Kaboom, that goes for like $4 or $5. They're asking $1.50. If it was like maybe 50 cents, I'd pick it up. I did put it in my cart, but I ended up putting it back. If it was 50 cents, I'd wait till I found other Toy Story stuff and sold it in a lot. Speaking of selling things in lots, I found 3 newer action figures for the Power Rangers. I'm going to put these 3 in a lot, and I'm just going to sell them. I think they were 50 cents, 75 cents each, so like $2 at the most for all of those, and I should get 15 or 20 plus shipping. There we go, Captain Jack. That's something I might pass up if it was more expensive, but for 50 cents, that's like $5 to $10. It might be something we throw in a whatnot auction. Just something simple, cool pop culture. Speaking of pop culture items, this is cool. It's Terraria, I believe, an eyeball, kind of like a Minecraft type game, I believe. It was 50 cents. It was super cheap. I'm just going to get it. Might put it in a lot with something else. May sell it on its own. We buy Hello Kitty stuff when we can find it affordably. This is a Sanrio Hello Kitty little tote bag. It was only $2. I opened it up to make sure it had a tag. I don't want to buy this stuff unless I see a Sanrio tag to make sure it is authentic and real. It was in good condition, so we're going to pick it up. I was pretty excited when I saw this. I've never seen anything like it. This is a Logitech NetPlay. There's supposed to be a keyboard that goes there in between the controllers on each side. It was $10, but had no keyboard. If this had the keyboard, $30, $40 plus shipping, I would have bought it. But without the keyboard, I can't really test it. It might go for 20 plus shipping, so I decided to pass. Guitar Hero stuff, guys. You know this stuff is everywhere. Everybody says to get it. The market's getting a tad bit saturated. This is $5. Might be able to get 20 plus shipping. I ultimately decided to pass. I don't want to deal with shipping that stuff or any of this kind of stuff for that matter. We got some mics. I'm looking for any cool controllers. Maybe I can find an N64 or vintage controller, but sadly, there were none in there. I am a big-time Utah Jazz fan, and this shirt right here is by Homage. Would have been cool to pick up at $3 a year ago when he played for the Jazz, but he recently got traded. So a lot of times when these players just get traded, their old team stuff just doesn't sell very well. I put this in my cart. I wanted to buy it. I knew it was a mistake. I almost bought it anyway, but ultimately made the right choice and put it back and didn't buy it. I'm looking at new stuff today. I'm trying out new things. Looking at swim trunks. I saw a Tommy Hilfiger. I looked this up. I found similar ones. Not going for a ton. For some reason, I thought these could be worth money, and I'm sure there's types and patterns that are, but those are not them. Up until this point of the day, this was the find of the day. $8 for this Pendleton purple plaid, purple and teal and blue. It looked like these were going anywhere between like $30 and $60 in good condition, and this one looked flawless. This rack, I came back to this rack where I found the Rin Spooner and there seemed to be a lot of good stuff in here. Nat Nest or Nat Nast, I'd heard of before vaguely in a video or something. I looked it up more. It's silk, $6. This should give me like $20 to $25 plus shipping. I was feeling like I was really on a roll with the shirts today. This Pendleton was my favorite find of the day, and there's a big hole, or a fairly big hole in there. Is that still worth getting? Let me know, guys. I'd say no. I put it back, but should I have got that anyway with that hole? Will people still buy it? Probably not. Some of you have been noticing me overlooking some golf club stuff, so I'm taking it seriously today, and it paid off. Cobra is a brand I know. Brian recently sent me a PDF, thanks, bro, of clubs and stuff to look out for. This was $20. Seems a little bit pricey to me. I had to do a little bit of research, but upon doing research, similar clubs seem to be going between like $50, $60 plus shipping. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a chance. It's not really a chance. I'm going to try something new. I should do well. I caught up with Dawn, and she had found several items. She found this pillow. Does anybody know if this is from an anime? We didn't figure it out. We ultimately decided to pass. There's no markings on it, but the real reason we decided to pass is there's kind of a stain on the one side. Not great. Mid-century modern. I think that's like a napkin holder. That's pretty dope. That probably should be $20 or $30 plus shipping. That was just too beat up to get ultimately Fozzie Bear from the 80s, the Christmas one. A tiny Squishmallow, and that we put back. It was a Gemmy, but it was kind of beat up. Needed a lot of cleaning. An old laundry board holder. I think she got that. That's cool. Mid-century modern, like 60s stuff. You know that I say stay away in general from Olympic stuff. This is a 2000 Sydney Summer Olympics Annabelle, like a kangaroo guy with the tag. You know, 22 years old, they didn't want a lot of money. Actually, there's no tag on it, but I imagine they weren't going to ask more than about $2 on it. I looked it up. There was only stuff that was listed. Nothing had sold, so the best bet was to just put it back. This on the left looked like some sort of hat from Disneyland, so I did some investigation. Looking on the back, couldn't find any tags on it. Ultimately decided to pass. When I first saw that, I thought that was going to be a no-brainer, but had to pass. This is Tiana. I always look up Funko Pops to see if they're vaulted or no longer made. They could be worth more money. This one, unfortunately, is fairly common. Only worth maybe $5 plus shipping. This is 75 cents. It's the modern Batmobile in one of the modern Batman movies, and it works. It's like a pullback one for 75 cents. I'm going to get that. I imagine that's like $7, $8, maybe more plus shipping. So I've had a few people tell me, you know, to look out for these golf clubs. I've been passing them up because I don't love them, I'll be honest. But Brian gave me a list of like things to look out for. I already knew about Cobra. $20 is a little much, but I think this is probably the best pick of the day. We still got the stuff from the bins we got to take in, guys. But this is the life of a picker. We're always buying, always looking for stuff.